So when we have a dock like this, we have our two boat slips, and we typically in a dock we have our bottom steel here, and then we have some upper steel. And in this case of this detail, we have the location of a wall with some steel underneath the wall. So when we have a dock, we want to model the fascia or the boards that kind of go around the edge, and we don't want to do this back edge here. So the way I like to do this is we go to structure, we go to beam, and when we're in beam here, we're going to turn on 3D snapping, and we're going to use the pick line tool here, and we're going to pick the top edge of this, and we're going to go around and do all the different edges. And we're going to skip this last edge here, because usually when the last edge is against the shore, we don't have a piece there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select everything, and then I'm going to deselect the actual floor we have. We're just using a 2x6, so an 1.5 inch thick floor to replicate the dock boards. So here we have this. We're going to select this as a 2x10 piece. And then the other thing you can see is the dock board is going half into the decking there. So we're going to adjust the Y offset here, and we're just going to add -3/4 of an inch. I'm just going to check and see what that does. So that goes outside. So that's what we want. So now the fascia board is outside. So I still have all this selected. I'm going to click here and click group, and we're going to call this dock fascia. And then I'm going to open up this group. And what I like to do, since going back to our detail, we have essentially 3 inches up here for the decking, and then the sleepers that you nail the dock boards on into the steel. We have 6 inches of steel, and then we have another layer of 6 inches of steel. So we about have 1.5 feet. So typically we'll need about 2x10 fascias. So I'm going to go up here and click copy. And I'm going to go to just click copy for a second. Now we're going to lower the Z value of this by 10 inches. And you'll note a 2x10 is typically 9.25. So we're going to lower this a full 10 inches. So then there's a 3/4 inch gap between the two. So now that that's lowered, we're going to click paste and align the same place. And now we have that double fascia board kind of going around the edge. And the only thing left to do is you'll see sometimes in these corners that the boards are not going to be fully going across. So we just have to go through here and just adjust some of those. Normally, another thing I usually recommend you use the dot, not the arrows, but if it's within a couple inches of tolerance, we can use the arrows. That should be fine. So it's just these outside pieces that look like they're having this issue. And that should be good. So that's how you model dock fascia boards. And I guess the same would apply to a normal deck. But just with this dock, we